for informing me about it. Okay. So, friends, you have this kind of thing, like thermal noise generally is comes under, there is uncorrelated. Uncorrelated means by default, does it mean it doesn't need any relationship. I will tell you what is uncorrelated. What you call internal noise. Internal noise. So, Subham, sometime when you go alone, when you are sitting alone, there is inside you, there is a voice, not a noise, but voice telling you, do this, do that. How am I going to live after 2 years, after 3 years? I have a friend here. What will happen to my friend? I'm going to thinking of going to United States. Then what about my friend? If I go now, can this voice, I'm not talking about that noise, voice is going on in your mind, Subham, something, anytime when you are alone?
Yes, yes, Father.
Correct? That if it is going in your mind means you are a healthy person. Every healthy person will have this kind of voice, not noise. Okay. This is a voice, good thoughts. Okay. My future, my family, mommy, daddy. If I go abroad and settle down, how will I? These are all voice. What some people call it conscience. There is also noise. What is a noise? Oh, today's class boring. Let me bunk the class. Um, it's not good. So let me disturb some class. Let me bring some music, some play. My name is Kadam. Let me log in uh, as Suresh and make some noise. This is called noise. That is the which it disturbs you and which can disturb others. Remember this. This device, any device that we are talking about, the electronic device, the principle of communication, it is all medium. There is a communication medium is there, channel is there. And when you talk about uncorrelated, when it comes to the internal noise, we can divide into something like a short noise. I think, I don't know whether she told you about what is short noise. There is also a transit noise. Then you also have flicker noise. Flicker noise. I'll tell you, flicker noise. Then you also have partition noise. And one of the most important thing is called thermal noise. And today we are going to do this. We are going to do thermal noise. And this uncorrelated noise, in that you have a internal noise. This is called external. External means it is beyond. It goes beyond the earth. That is like, for example, you have a cosmic noise. You have being done, and also you have man-made noise. Man-made disaster. You have man-made noise. Very interesting. Okay. So, friends, we are going to talk about this thermal noise of uncorrelated under this internal noise. So you have to remember this, that we are going to talk about this this uncorrelated. That means whether you like it or not, it is there. Whether you like it or not, it is there. Whether you like it or not, it is there, and you have to deal with that. Okay, so that is the meaning of this. Now, when you talk about thermal noise, what is the noise due to? What is the noise due to when you say thermal noise? Due to heat. Okay, due to temperature. There is a temperature. Which produces this noise. Okay, now in a circuit diagram, let us say in a circuit diagram, you have a devices. You have devices. What are these devices? You have a diode. You have a BJT, bipolar junction transistor, and you have a simple transistor, NPN, and PNP, PNP. Then we'll have MOSFET. You have, if there is this one. Then you have a IGBT, insulated gate bipolar transistor, IGBT means insulated gate bipolar transistor. Then you have a TIGBT, that is trench insulated gate bipolar transistor. Trench insulated gate bipolar transistor. These are the devices. These are the devices. When these devices receive a DC voltage, it is bound to, these devices are all silicon devices. So these devices, when they receive power, DC voltage, they are bound to get heated up. Therefore it is uncorrelated. It means it is there by default. So it's bound to get heated up. The amount of heat that the device can experience depends upon the quality of the silicon. For example, people choose Philips, or people choose Ahuja amplifier, because these people, the high quality ones, use high quality transistors, diodes and so on, capacitors, right? Capacitors, resistors, they use all these. So because of that, these devices experience less heat when there is a, those days they used to say, and the devices experience a heat. And if the quality of the device is not good, then the device go hanky-panky. When there is a heat, you say, this fellow gets heated up, meaning garam ho jayega, meaning he gets angry, head gets heated up, then he doesn't know how he behaves, because he will take some instrument and attack somebody, you say. So therefore, and in the device, when the device gets heated up, they don't behave, what you call hanging. It's not only necessarily software hanging, but also when the gets overheated up, then also the device hanging. So you have to understand this thermal noise, very interesting. This one is number one is the devices, that is the devices, that is the what do you call, there is a heat, that is what I put a temperature, and there is a temperature involved, and the temperature is applied to the devices. Temperature is because of the electricity. You can call it a DC voltage, electricity, temperature. Then the device is getting heated up. The device is getting heated up. If it is reasonably heated up, there is no problem. The problem is if it is more heated up. Then in the heated up, there are electrons, because I told you this is silicon devices. So the electrons, the movement of electrons, is opposite direction. If the movement of electron is this much, and the current is passing this way, okay, current is passing this opposite direction. So electrons, movement of electrons are more. Movement of electrons is random. So what happens? Things are heated up. The electrons get agitated. What you call excited? So movement of electrons are random. Can you all hear me? Hello.
Yes, Father.
Okay. Just say yes, because I am talking onto my screen. So random and rapid. You have to remember this. So this movement of electrons is because of the heat, because of the temperature. The movement of electrons are random and rapid. Rapid means they have nobody can predict. Randomly it goes here and there and so on. Okay. So now when there are random and this one, and basically there is a agitation. Thermal agitation is there, because thermal agitation is there. There is a thermal agitation is there. So for example, if I have to give a graph which you have to draw, I hope you are all writing this voltage versus temperature. Suppose there is a voltage like this, then suddenly we'll do like this. Like this. So these peaks are all thermal agitation. Thermal agitation. These are all thermal agitation, because of misbehaving. Thermal agitation. Thermal agitation. So my handwriting, while writing, if I have some spelling mistakes and so on, just make sure that you write the correct spelling. Thermal agitation. Okay. Now, so you must know there are devices, and you compare yourself. Yeah, compare yourself with a device, any device, a diode or something like that. And the diode, you know what happens? There is a PN junction, PN diode or something. You apply voltage, positive. Then what happens when you apply more voltage? Then the more electrons. Then too much voltage. Then of course, then the device gets spoiled. How they get spoiled? I'll let you know. I'll soon let you know how they act weird. They also act weird. Weird means the device don't behave properly. In your laptop, or you can you keep a laptop on your lap, and you experience some kind of heat down. That's why people put something like on top, some kind of ventilation. They put it. So that means there is a heat produced. Therefore, there is a fan, and we cannot afford our brain to be heated up. We cannot afford. When brain heated up, it gives a wrong signals to do wrong things. Wrong things. What is the wrong things? The brain get heated up means you get angry. You get angry, do things, something which is weird, which is this one. So this brain in a computer, what do you call it? You call it CPU. If it gets heated up, then which is supposed to control all other, like brain supposed to control hand, leg, eyes, nose, words, type of words. Therefore, when people get heated up, brain get heated up, you use foul language. Foul language. You don't use a good language. Similarly, if CPU is supposed to control all the extra devices, external devices, like a printer, you should say control the RAM, went to this one, and the hard disk and all. If this gets heated up, what happened? Then it misbehave. Then what do you call a hanging, freezing? Computer is freezing. Then you press Control Alt Delete to restart that. So this has to be kept cool. Therefore, you have a CPU cooling fan. You have a CPU cooling fan for what? To make this fellow under control, not to increase the more temperature. So you have to be very careful with the thermal noise. Thermal noise, the noise due to the temperature, that you have to take care of that. Now, this I told you just now that why basically what happens is all devices, right? Silicon devices, and you have this kind of electrons getting excited. Electrons getting excited. How they are excited? Uncontrollably, rapidly, and also randomly. They just go here and there, misbehave like that. So these electrons, like for example, you have let us see, you have a power, you have a voltage, you have great noise power. You have what is this power is proportional to the power. P square is equal to T. That is, you just give little bit of heat, and the power is proportional to the negative charge. That is, is square of this power, correct? The electron, what do you call this? Noise power you call it. So we can call it a noise power. Okay. So because of this nature, therefore you have to be extremely careful in not giving heat. That's why the device has to be good. So this is a second point. And the third point, what you need to remember is because it is the electrons are travel randomly due to heat, and this thermal noise is also called random noise. Thermal noise called random noise. Some people call it random noise. Some people don't like to call thermal noise because this one, and some other people also call it is a white noise. White noise. Why it's called white noise? I'll tell you what is that. What is white? You know, you have black and white. You have some kind of some argument is there. Then they will say, bring down the white paper on that. You know, white paper meaning clean paper. Bring down the white paper on what is happening, what the crisis is today, the migration crisis or the national education policy crisis or something like that. Okay. So now you have a electron movement due to heat, that is a temperature. Then you have the randomly traveling the electrons and rapidly traveling. They are these are the words you should remember. Traveling. So when you behave like this, what happens? Then the device hanging. Why? If there is more temperature, if there is a more agitation of electrons, then there is a zero voltage. There is a zero voltage in the circuit. That means it is collapsed. That means the device will not function in the circuit. Okay. So that the device practically don't behave. For example, when you are traveling the train, let us see, travel by train, and suddenly you will say, hey, your voice is breaking. What is that? That noise is nothing but some kind of electrical interference. Electrical interference. So there is some noise there. Oh, voice is breaking, man. Why? Because your device is not able to behave properly. It's not getting voltage. Basically it's not getting the power. It's not only tower you're talking about. It's also a power. It's not only what is tower. Okay. So so you should remember. So why it's called white noise? Because it brings out down to thermal noise. It brings the voltage into zero voltage into the device. Therefore, the device is non-functional. Therefore, you have a white noise. So it's also called white noise because this movement of electrons, agitation, it's also travel with the different frequencies, with various frequencies, with the various frequencies. By the way, if you are close to make sure that you have your calculator and keep your calculator ready. We'll do some maths. Okay, little bit of maths we'll do. Okay. So now let us see what happens, where it is. Now, so white noise, random noise, this thermal noise is due to heat, temperature, which is all in the devices, whether it's a mobile device or computer device or electronic, any device or amplifier, everywhere it is there. So all these things are we must know. So it is present. The thermal noise present. It is present in all devices. Therefore, it is uncorrelated devices plus all communication system. All communication system. Punithan, I am in the class. I am in the conference call. I am teaching a class. So all the communication system. all the communication system. Okay, when you say principle of communication, is a principle of analog and digital communication. Okay, so and all the communication system, all the electronic components. You may say all electronic components, any electronic components. Now you say what happens now? All the electronic components are silicon based. Now slowly you have a biological silicon, biological devices. You have biological. So this is a metal, right? Silicon metal. There is no life here. Biological chips will be made up of hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon. Alcohol, all this. Okay, but you have a biological device. Even here, the heat will be less, but there will be heat. There will be some heat will be there. I'm sorry, I am in the class. I am in the class. Who's speaking? I am teaching a class. I will call you later. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm taking the call. I am putting in a silent mode. Okay. I should not be disturbing you all. So no device is exempted from this thermal noise. Okay. So cannot be. So therefore, we cannot eliminate. We cannot eliminate this noise, whether you like it or not. Eliminate this noise. Eliminate this noise. Now, in the when we eat food, and there is some kind of digestive system, it produces heat. It produces the acid enough to this one. Can we avoid this? No, something like that. We cannot eliminate this noise absolutely. So the power of the device is how a device is getting heated up much less. That is a quality. Okay, so so this thermal noise is uniformly distributed across the entire electromagnetic system. So if you have an electromagnetic spectrum, you have so it is electromagnetic spectrum is it's a uniformly distributed according to the spectrum frequencies. So therefore it is unavoidable, and it's also because we cannot eliminate this noise. It is called additive noise. Additive means it is there. It is there. It is there. It is called the additive noise. Okay, cannot be eliminated. So it is a thermal noise. So what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is it is there in all the devices and so on. We cannot eliminate. Therefore, it is an addictive noise, and it is a random, rapid, and all that. These are the qualities to understand what a noise is. So in all the circuits, it is present. All the circuits, there is no exemption to do this. Okay, all the circuits, and therefore it is a thermal noise is there. That I don't have to tell you. When you talk for a long time on the phone, you experience some kind of heat, or using a laptop. So you always have this kind of thing. Okay, so the quality when you go for this one. Okay, now when you will understand, in order to produce electricity, they use coal. You see, is coal. Coal gives a heat, and you boil water and other thing, then prepare electricity. And remember, this electricity, when you apply to a device, again it produces heat. Correct? So you remember that the one form of energy is being transformed to another form. It can be neither destroyed nor eliminated. I think you must have seen the law of energy. Okay, you cannot really destroy. That's what people are trying to make use of this in the railway airways. You have a noise. Can you convert this noise into an energy? Okay, so noise in energy. So people are doing a lot of research on this. Imagine, suppose you have a place, very chaotic place like this, GST, CST, or a VT station. Go there, plenty of noise. Gather all the noise and produce electricity. How nice it is. So basically, one form of energy can be converted to another form of energy. Okay. So basically, what we have seen is a thermal noise. There are many people who have done what is this noise. They have done a research. I don't know whether you heard about in your physics. Have you heard about Brownian motion? Brownian, Brownian particle, Brownian noise, and there is another fellow called Johnson. So you have Johnson noise. So we in future we may have Subham noise, John noise, whatever it is. It all depends upon all the research. So they made it. They found the kind of different noise related to the temperature, and they call it their own names, Brownian noise and so on. Why? Because of the noise, the particles, these particles or electrons and so on, they clash with the molecules. Then they produce the heat and so on, like that. Now let us do some little bit of maths. You like maths, little bit of. Let us do a maths, little bit of what happens this thermal noise. How does it? I already told you that there is a noise is a power. Noise is a power. Noise is a power. You see, it's not just a noise. It has got a power to this one. What is that power? Okay, just for example, when you say, let us see, I need to put in the noise power. Let us see, how do I define a noise power? Noise power. Okay, so noise power is usually P. Noise power, you put a small subscript Pn. Okay, noise power. This noise power, I have been talking all this time for the last 30 minutes. This noise power proportional to, you all know, that temperature. There is no temperature and there is no noise. Okay, this temperature, because it is a thermal noise power. Okay, and I also told you this noise power is also proportional to, I told you that it is different frequencies. This particles, electrons travel different frequencies. So frequency means a different proportional to the bandwidth. If it is that's why in the spectrum the noise is distributed, right? So therefore its internal noise unavoidable. It's also proportional to the bandwidth. So when you have a like this, so I can write in short, the noise power is proportional to temperature and the bandwidth. So if I have to remove this proportional, if you put equal, then I have to put some kind of a constant. Let us see, I put a constant called K, TB. And what is this K? And this is what we call Boltzmann constant. Which you already know. You should know by heart. It is Boltzmann constant is 1.38 into 10 raised to minus 23 joules per Kelvin. You should remember this. Even middle of the night, somebody calls, hey, what is a Boltzmann constant? You should boldly say 1.38 into 10 raised to minus 23 joules per Kelvin, you have to say. So this kind of, you should be able to understand why this noise power is proportional to the temperature, noise power proportional to bandwidth, and you put a constant, then you have this kind of thing. This K, this is a Boltzmann constant joules per Kelvin, and this is a temperature. It is also Kelvin, and this is a bandwidth. Is usually in terms of hertz. Okay, hertz. So you should know whenever you form the equation, it's like idli, dosa, vada number. No, they have a number, something like that. You cannot. You have to understand what is the what, and this power is in terms of watts. This is watts. So you have watts here. You have Boltzmann constant and joules per Kelvin. Then you have this Kelvin, and this is hertz or something like that. Okay. Now let us go back to second part. This is the, you can call it, this is like a second part. Let us go to the third part of our program. Is what we call a thermal noise voltage. Thermal noise voltage. So there is a voltage because of thermal. Then we have a thermal noise voltage. Thermal noise voltage. Okay. So what do you call thermal noise voltage? Okay, thermal noise voltage. So we can call it like a VN, thermal noise voltage. Okay, something like that. This all depends upon us. There is no hard and fast rule what kind of this one, but we, according to our convenience, we have this kind of things. So friends, how do I thermal noise voltage? How do I? So let me draw a small diagram, right? Yeah, put and apply a voltage, and I put some resistor here, and what will happen? You see, I'm applying a resistance. Okay, and what do you call it? You can call it an in a circuit, you can call it as an internal resistance, Ri. Internal resistance is called Ri, and you can have it. And this voltage, let me see, Vn. Okay, Vn, the noise voltage. Some voltage I am applying. If I if I do another resistance, what you call load resistance. We call load resistance. Load resistance. Suppose I apply equivalent to internal resistance. You look at this. Look at this area. Let us see. This is giving you, what you will call it. What do you call is a noise source. Let us say this is giving a noise source. Now when you have you must have heard about RMS voltage, right? RMS voltage are in this case what we talk about RMS noise voltage. Here this RMS voltage, what we call V, here what we get is Vn by 2. You see, you have an equal resistance here, and you get divide, and here what we call this, we can call it our RMS voltage, or a load resistance voltage, or something like that. Here the half of it will come here. Half of it, the voltage here you experience if these resistors are the same. So when you let us go back to our Ohm's law, Ohm's law. What do we get? Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. V is equal to IR. That we know. So in terms of power is nothing but voltage into current. Power is voltage into current, right? Voltage into current. That is a power. You multiply voltage and current, you get the power. But then when you say power is equal to, you substitute V from here. What is V? V is nothing but IR. IR, correct? So P is equal to I squared R. Okay, you can also do. Suppose you substitute, instead of V, you substitute I. I is equal to V by R. I is equal to, put it here, V by R. So you also have V squared by R. You see, these are you must be able to make this kind of thing. P is equal to I squared by R, and P is equal to V squared by R. In our case, what is this P? This is P is noise power. Suppose you say noise power, Pn is equal to Pn is equal to, what is V? Is a what? Vn by 2. Vn by 2 upon R. So this is goes into the whole square. Okay. So when you have a, so then what we have, we end up having Pn power is equal to Vn square upon 4R upon 4R. That you have to, that you know. Okay, upon 4R. Now Vn squared upon 4R. This Vn squared upon 4R into P, into Pn, correct? Into Pn. 1 minute. So you have, where will I write here? Let me remove this out. Okay, so I don't want to remove too much because you know that. So now we have Pn, we have 4R is equal to, so V square, Vn square, what do you call V, not V square, is called Vn square. This V square is basically V becomes Vn square upon 4R. So Vn square is equal to Pn into 4R. So what is this Pn? Noise power. We have already seen that Pn is proportional to the temperature, proportional to bandwidth. Therefore, you have already defined is a KTB. Put this value that we know, correct? That we know, KTB. Therefore, you have Vn square is equal to put the value of Pn. So you have 4 KTBR. Vn is equal to, so basically we end up saying Vn is equal to root square of 4 KTBR. This is the thing you need to remember. So this noise voltage is defined as square root of 4 K Boltzmann constant, temperature in Kelvin, bandwidth in hertz, R is a resistance, what do you call in apply in the circuit diagram, then you will have this. So please make sure that you get this circuit, you get this formula in your notebook. Friends, are you simultaneously writing on your notebook or not writing in your notebook? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, Father.
Are you writing simultaneously on your notebook?
Yes, Father.
Okay, then no problem. Who is saying yes?
Shubham.
Very good, Shubham. Thank you. At least one person. What about the other fellow who's to say yes? What is his name? I forgot his name. A nice name. His mother is working as in the college.
Prathamesh.
Where is Prathamesh?
Sir, he is not well actually, so he hasn't joined.
Actually not well. You are saying actually not well. So I hope he takes good care of himself. Huh?
Yes,
so make
Father.
sure that okay. So far so good. Okay. So there are 50 students are there, but only Subham is speaking to me. I think a couple of more students also should speak to me. Utkarsha, Garad also should speak to me. Slowly. Alisha also should speak to me. Frazen, Dallas, was, Yash. Some students should speak to me, okay? So when he say hello and all, you can go and have lunch and all, there's no problem, but at least when I ask questions, you should be able to speak. Okay, good, Shubham. So have you note down this formula, Vn is equal to? Good. So it is very simple, it is very simple, when you have it is basically, what happens when you have so Okay. So let me see noise calculation in the thermal noise when you have a resistor in parallel, resistor in serial. That is very a child's play for you all like that. Okay. So you have a noise calculation. You have a noise calculation of thermal noise. Thermal noise. Noise calculation of thermal noise. You have this. Then number one, if R is in series, okay, R is in series. What is the R in series? When you put R in series, that is you have a kind of this one. You have a R, then you have a source power, then you have again one R, then again you have one source power. Okay, like this. What happens here? How does it affect here? Okay. Now you know by looking at this, you can apply one formula. You can apply that Vn square for this. It will be Vn square will be 4 K T B R1 if it is R1. Okay, R1, and this is R2. And for this, okay, we can say Vn1. Then here we can say Vn2 is equal to 4 K T B R2. You have okay, this is the thing. So generally, what do you see? Vn square is equal to, let us say, Vn1 square plus Vn2 square. Basically, we can what you can add is 4 K T B R1 plus R2. That's all. So you add that with the apply the same formula, then you will get a total noise voltage. Okay. Now the let me remove this out. Friends, you have to be quick enough to write. Suppose I'm deleting. You say, Father, don't delete. Wait, give us a time. And you are too fast. You have to say that. Okay. You are too fast, Father. And we are a bit slow. We are having breakfast. Now only we got up at 10:45. And so give us more time to eat. And we are not brushed our teeth. You are doing too fast. You have to say whatever you want to say to me. Now, what happens in R in parallel? I put parallel like this. Okay, parallel. Parallel means what happens here? So you have a source here. Then you have put one resistor here. Then you put another resistor here. Then here open end. Then you see put R1 and R2. It's a child's play. What do you do? And this R1, R2 for this, when this one, then Vn squared should come is equal to 4 KTB R1. This is into R2 by R1 plus R2. Okay, if it is a parallel, then your formula has to be like this. Okay. Now, has anybody not understood why it is like this? This area? Can anybody say, if anybody can say, Father, I have not understood this, then I can repeat. Subham?
Understood, Father.
Understood. Okay. So for those who have not understood, you have to apply this formula kind of thing. 1 by, when it's in parallel, 1 plus R1 by R2. Then you say R1 R2. Then you say R1 plus R2. This is 1 by R. You put ulta here. This R is at above. Therefore, it becomes R1 dot R2 plus R1 dot. Okay. Okay. In case if you are not understood. Okay then. So you are all understood. So let us do some mischief. Let us see some kind of let us do some kind of some problems where you can understand the. So let me dictate this. Subham, when Stella teaches you, she reads out the problem or she writes down on the screen?
She writes it.
She writes. That is much
Yes,
better.
Father. She draws the diagram and writes.
Right, that's much better, no? So,
Yes, Father.
I think that will be helpful for you if I write and so on. Okay. So problem number one. Problem number one. So let us do some problems straight away so that it is easy. Evaluate the thermal noise voltage. If you cannot understand, just let me know. Thermal noise voltage developed across a resistor of 700 ohm. The bandwidth of the measuring instruments, the bed of instruments of 7 megahertz, and the temperature is 27 degree Celsius. Okay. So when you have a problem like this, you should know what is given and what is asked. What is given and what is asked. What is given, you have to say. Okay, what is given? There is R given, which is 700 ohm. Then you have a bandwidth is given, which is 7 megahertz. You can mention like this, 7 into 10 raised to 6 hertz. You can mention like that so that you are very clear about it. T temperature, you can call it 27 degrees Celsius, which is nothing but 27 plus 273 is equal to 300 Kelvin. So basically you have dismantled everything, and that that is Boltzmann constant. Boltzmann constant. That 1.38 into 10 raised to minus 23 joules per Kelvin. You know that. Once you know that, then you just apply what is asking, thermal noise. So thermal noise is noise voltage. Okay, thermal noise voltage. So it means noise voltage is equal to root of 4 K T B R. 4 KTBR. Yeah, this. Can you give me the answer? Keep the calculator. Who will give me the answer? When you give answer, please give me your name so that I'll write down on my diary. I'm waiting for the answer. Swamji.
Sir, 9.0079 into 10 raised to minus 6.
Okay.
9.0079 into 10 raised to minus 6.
Into minus 7 raised to minus 6.
Yes,
minus 6. What is this? What is this?
The volts.
Volt. Can I write this same thing? Can I write this approximately? You can write like this. Approximately like this. This symbol. Approximately, you can write 9 microvolt. Can I write like this?
9
Yes,
microvolts.
Father.
Yes, Father. Yes.
So in short, 9.0079 most accurate. but I can write approximately 2 lines. Then you put here like this 9 microvolt. Very good. So what's your name? Want to give answer?
Shubham. Shubham, father.
Shubham. Okay. So you got 1 point. Okay. You start scoring your marks now. I have to write down. Otherwise, father, what you wrote, all marks and so on. Now, how can I fail? Please give me more marks. I want to be a 10-pointer. Shubham. Shubham scores 1 point. So I suppose I can erase all these. So let us do the another problem, which is so you understand what is thermal noise. Thermal noise is it is there. It is there, interior noise. I like to compare what is happening outside and what is happening inside us. You know, sometimes we think we are remaining alone. Some thoughts come. Now, friends, every time a thought comes, you think this thought is not a good thought, or you say this thought is a good thought, right? So any thought that allows you to grow as a good human person is considered to be a good thought. Okay, and any thought which is allows you not to grow, not to waste your time, then that thing is not a good thought. And these thoughts, good or bad, turns out to be a voice or noise. Usually we say the voice comes from God and the noise comes from devil. You see, so you are disturbed something. And the noise is always a discouraging factor. Noise is a discouraging factor. Discouraging, you can call it, or depression, discouragement, depression, no life, like something like that. And this voice is full of life, you can call it. So when you do some calculation like this, you will understand. You see the thermal noise, the noise voltage, 10 raised to minus 6. So in a way, we as a human beings, there is a noise there, but it is easy to overcome. Why? Because we are basically created for voice, not for noise. Okay. So the second problem, what we say, you write down, a receiver has a noise power. A receiver has a noise power bandwidth yeah, receiver noise bandwidth of 12 kilohertz. 12 kilohertz. A resistor, full stop. A resistor which matches with a receiver, with a receiver input. This is input, okay? So there is input impedance is connected across the antenna. Connected across the antenna terminals. It's called something to be a terminal. Across the antenna terminals. Now this is the question. What is the noise power? What is the noise power contributed by this resistor in the receiver bandwidth. Okay. Now the temperature, you may assume, you may take the temperature as 30 degrees Celsius. So immediately you should know T is equal to 30 degrees Celsius is equal to 27 plus 273 is equal to 303 degree Kelvin. Okay, immediately you should know that 303 Kelvin. And B bandwidth is equal to 12 kilohertz. Who gives me answer? Noise power. So what is a noise power? Noise power is Pn is equal to K T B, because power is proportional to the temperature, is the bandwidth, and this one, and you should be able to give me some kind of number which is power is a watt. Okay, watts. So KTB, K is 1.38 into 10 raised to minus 23 joules per Kelvin into T (303 Kelvin) into, you have 12 into 10 raised to 3 hertz. So Kelvin cancel. So you have a joules hertz. Joule hertz is nothing but a watt, correct? It's a watt. So that's how you have to get this one thing. Friends, any answer?
So 5.02 into 10 raised to minus 17.
5.0
5.017 into 10 raised to minus 17.
Minus 17.
10 raised to minus 17 watt. Remember this. Okay. So what is your name?
Shivam.
Every time Shubham only comes, others are all sleeping.
Shivam.
Shivam. First is Shubham, and this is Shivam, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I put Shivam. Shivam, what full name?
Shivam Mishra.
Mishra, okay.
Sir, that time I was Shubham Bhattada.
Huh?
I was Shubham Bhattad, not Shubham Palav.
You are Shubham
Bhattad.
Button. Okay. Okay, I will look into the register. I will correct that. Okay. Not Palav. There was one Palav also.
Yes, Father.
Okay. Palav, I remember. Okay. Very good. So you are all very enthusiastic. Good. So now we'll have to go one step further. Do that little more. So you have to understand. You see, you have to understand. Of course, it is just inserting and so on. But in the exams, make sure that you use the units. You use the units to cancel and all that. The units has to be very clear. Anything that you use, any numbers or something is given, then you should be able to use the how does it come, how joules and hertz became watts. Okay, all this you should be able to understand this one. Okay, what is this? Okay, so it's a example 3 or 4. a
3, Father.
600, yeah,
3.
a 600 ohm resistor, a 600 ohm resistor is connected across, the 600 ohm antenna. Okay, antenna input of a radio BW. Okay, bandwidth of a radio, the bandwidth of a radio receiver is 20 kilohertz, and the resistor is at room temperature, at the room temperature. calculate the noise power and the noise voltage, applied at the input of the receiver, If any of the things you don't understand me what I have written, you will let me ask me. Okay, so the room temperature. Okay, how do you start the problem? This is the problem. I hope you are able to write down. So first thing is you have to find out what is the room temperature. What is the room temperature?
298 Kelvin.
27 degrees Celsius, correct?
298 Kelvin.
298 degree Kelvin. Is it okay? The room temperature is considered to be 27 degrees Celsius.
So 300 Kelvin, sir.
Sir, it should be
So you
300.
say 298. So that is 27 plus 273. Okay. So that much Kelvin. Okay. So this, when they don't mention this, then you have to, by default, you have to take 27 degree Celsius or 300 degree Kelvin. That you remember this. So the rest all easy. So you have to draw this in order to understand. Okay. So you have to draw like this. Your 600 ohm here and 600 ohm here. So it goes across. So this 600 is parallel to 600. Now I don't have to tell you, okay, how to get this R done. Okay, you should know how to get this R done when both are parallel. Okay, so you can make it. This one is R1 and this is R2. Okay, so R is equal to that you put a calculation and tell me. Okay, if you have written down this, I'll erase this. Do you want any hints or you can manage? So first you have to create. First you have to calculate noise power. You have to calculate noise power.
Father, noise power is 7.8 into 10 raised to minus 17 watts.
Okay, so noise power is Pn. How much you are saying? 7.8
into 10 raised to minus 17 watts.
10 raised to minus 17 watts. I am getting like this. I am getting 8.28 into.
Yes, 8.2.
Yes, Father.
Minus 17.
I am getting like this. Shubham.
8.2.
Yes,
Shubham, Shivam. So you check this number.
Yes, Father.
Yeah. So you should be able to. You should put
Father.
this Pn is equal to 1.38 into 10 raised to minus 23 into
Yes,
300,
Father.
correct, into 20 into 10 raised to 3. So this is joules per Kelvin, and this is Kelvin. Kelvin cancel, and this is hertz. So you should be able to get 8.28. You are getting very good. Okay,
Yes, Father.
now comes the noise voltage. Good.
Father, VN
Problem.
is 0.315 microvolt.
Uh, what's your name? What's your name?
Rahul,
Rahul. Just let me write down. Rahul, what?
VN is 0.315 microvolt.
Rahul, what? Rahul
Rahul Gaikwad.
Gaikwad. Rahul Gaikwad. Okay. So Rahul Gaikwad seems to be getting the right answer. Um, Rahul Gaikwad is getting Vn is equal to Vn is equal to say it again 3 point
0.315 microvolt.
0.315 microvolt. Correct? Okay. So that's fine. That's fine. Correct. So if at all if your calculator shows usually 3.15 into 10 raised to minus 7 volts, suppose it shows, then what Rahul has done is 0.35315 into of course this is microvolt. Okay, so is that okay?
Yes, Father.
Okay, good. Very good. So we are all on the same page. Let us move fast. Problem number 4. Calculate the noise voltage. Calculate the noise voltage at the input. Just hold on. आइए जल्दी कम क्या है अलाउद्दीन? मैं क्लास लेता अभी. बोलो जल्दी बोलो. जल्दी बोलो क्या है? Okay. Calculate the noise voltage at the input of a receivers what do you call RF amplifier, radio frequency amplifier, using a device that has a 100 ohm equivalent noise resistance and a 200 input register, 200 ohm input register. The bandwidth of the amplifier is 1 megahertz. The temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, so start the work. So you have to find out what is noise voltage. So you should know what is the resistance. So resistance is connected is R1 plus R2, something like this. So it should come. So basically your resistance is 300 ohm. Okay, 100 plus 200 is equal to 300 ohm. You have. So your VN should be something like this.
Father, 7.02 microvolts.
7.024
024 microvolts.
micro voltage. Just check whether I am getting, whether this is getting, where I am getting 2.22 microvolt. You find out which is correct. Whether this is correct.
Yes, sir. 2.2214 micro.
So Subham or
Yes, Father, 2.22 actually. There was a mistake in decimal point.
Okay. So make sure that you don't make a mistake. Okay. 4 into 1.38 into 10 raised to minus 23 into 2.298, that is a temperature, into 1 into 10 raised to 6, that is a hertz, into 300. This is. So make sure that the R is 300 ohm, and the T is 298. Okay. So something like that you should have got 2.22 microvolt. Okay, this is wrong. One of these problems you will come across in your all your exams and your this one, but just you should be able to what do you call tackle the problem. Is a problem number what? Is it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
5.
5. Okay. An amplifier has a bandwidth of 4 megahertz with 10 kilo ohm as the input resistor. Calculate the RMS noise voltage at the input to this amplifier if the room temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. So far, the answers were done by Rahul Gaikwad, Shivam Mishra, and Shubham Bhattar. Correct?
Yes, Father.
Okay. Now you have to give me that. Okay, RMS noise voltage. RMS noise voltage. What is RMS noise voltage? This is RMS noise voltage. 4 kTBR. Anybody else can say?
Hello, sir.
Hello, Father.
Yeah. How much you are getting?
2.56 into 10 raised to minus 5.
Point
2.56
2.56. 1 minute. 2.56 into 10 raised to
minus 5.
minus 5. Okay.
Father, it is 0.181 microvolt.
0.181
Microvolt.
microvolt. So, who said this name? Who said this?
Rahul, Father.
This is Rahul.
Gaikwad.
This is Rahul Gaikwad. And this is?
Yash.
Yes. Now, what Yes has written, 2.56 into 10 raised to minus 5, I can write.
Is weak now.
I can write 25.65, something like that, into microvolt. Can I write the Yes like this?
Yes, Father.
Father is 0.25 microvolt, no?
No, what he saying, what he was saying, 0.25, correct? So
18 point, sorry, Father, my answer is something changed. It's 18.1 microvolt.
18.1 microvolt. I think there is something wrong in your calculation. What Yes has got is correct. 18.1 will not come, Rahul.
But Father, this peak-to-peak voltage, na, but we required VRMS. So VRMS equals to 0.707 into V peak. Okay, so VRMS is 18.1 microvolt. Yes, is saying V peak voltage.
V peak voltage, and you are saying in RMS voltage.
VRMS voltage.
Yeah.
18.1 microvolt is VRMS.
18.1
volt. Microvolt.
Microvolt.
It's VRMS. And yes is saying V peak voltage.
So we'll go ahead with the one more problems. Is that okay?
Yes, Father.
Yeah. Step 6. Calculate the thermal noise power available from any resistor at room temperature 25 degrees Celsius. Sorry, room temperature of 290 degree Kelvin for a bandwidth of 2 megahertz. Also calculate also calculate the corresponding noise voltage, given that R is equal to 100 ohm.
The power is 8 into 10 raised to minus 15 watt.
8
Uh,
into
10 raised to minus 15.
that is a noise power, correct?
And noise voltage is 1.789 microvolt.
And the noise voltage is 1.789
Microvolt.
microvolt. This is correct. This is correct. And this is you have to check. So PN is correct. PN is correct. You see, Shubham or Shivam?
Rahul sir.
Rahul, you also know that Vn is equal to, correct? Vn is equal to root of PNR. You know that, correct?
Sir, root of Pn into 4R.
4R.
Yes, Father, into 4R.
4R. So in that case, I'm just thinking whether you will be getting 0.8946 microvolt instead of 1.78.
No, sir. Answer is
No, sir.
1.78.
No.
only.
Okay.
1.7, Father.
Correct.
789.
789. I think this is correct. Yes, yeah. So 1.79 microvolt. I think this is correct. Not I think, it is. So Rahul.
Yes, Father.
Right. You are right. So there is 12:29. Should I give you one homework? Only one homework?
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father.
Okay. So with one homework, we'll wind up. 1.5 hours class is quite good enough. Arey, by the way, I have a package for you all that some of you should be doing some kind of a course which is offered by our university in the United States. I was offering the course for Python for data science. How many would be interested? Rahul, can you take down the number?
Yes, Father.
Yeah, Python for
Data science.
Python for data science. It requires kind of little mathematics, but I think your maths is good. If you have understood my Fourier transfer or something like that, your maths is not that bad. Some little bit of statistics, mean meridian and all that, variance. So that should not be a difficult thing. If maths is difficult, then you can always learn maths. It's not a very hard and fast rule. Okay. So is it a 7th problem? An amplifier operating over frequency range from 3 to 10 megahertz. 3 to 10 megahertz has a 20 kilo ohm input resistance. What is the RMS noise voltage at the input to this amplifier at the room temperature. So when I say the room temperature, you always put 27 degrees Celsius, which will make T is equal to 27 plus 273 is equal to 300 degree Kelvin. Okay, friends. So I want to see your answer next time. And you have done a lot. Thermal voltage, you have done this one. Then there is called something called Friis formula. Has she taught you Friis formula? I think I can teach you next time. Not a very difficult thing. Okay, so shall we call it a day?
Okay, Father.
Okay, so have a nice time. I have only 3 names: Shivam, Shubham, and Rahul. And more students should play active role. And by the way, did I record your lecture?
No, Father.
Why didn't you tell me record? I forgot to record. So what do you do now? Those who are absent, let them be absent. Not a difficult thing. So you share the notes with them, or let me tell you.
Yes, Father.
Okay. So good. Shubham butted. And
Yes, Father.
Shubham,
Yes, Father.
then Rahul Gaikwad is there. Yes.
Yes, Father.
Yes, Chitroda is there. Okay. So I'm
Yes,
telling all
Father.
your names. So have a good lunch. I have to go and prepare wheat dosa. I don't know how you know to prepare wheat dosa. I can teach you how to prepare wheat dosa. I take wheat flour and put water. Before that, I take cut some onions and fry the onions with the chili and mustard seed and jeera. I fry them. Then I put atta inside and put water. Make a kind of liquid wheat flour, but liquid form. So then I put it in the tawa. That gives me a kind of dosa, kind of. So that's what I'm going to prepare. Okay, enjoy. Next time if you come, if you see me alone, you ask me, Father, when are we having wheat dosa? And I will take you to my residence and give you a wheat dosa. Okay? Have a wonderful lunch. Bye.
Thank you, Father.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Father.